and that he deserves it. He wants it, and he drops 41 last night on the Bulls. But it's not just that. 41, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks in 31 minutes. But it's the fact that he set an NBA record for the fastest double-double. Did it in 8 minutes, God. Boogie. Talk to me about 10 rebounds in 8 minutes. Like, what does that mean? What is that like?
Well, I'm starting to question the Bulls. That's a lot of misses.
I didn't want to say it, Boogie. I gotta consider where it came from.
But I think it's more the Bulls' fault than it is Wemby.
How dare you?
But no, all credit to Wemby. That's, for me, rebounding. That's an effort thing. You have to go out there. You have to put urgency behind that. You have to go out there and want to go grab every rebound that comes off. So. That's all effort for me. And, I mean, in 8 minutes, that's incredible. I couldn't do it. I tell you that now. I couldn't do it. But credit to him. But that's something, it just goes to show how special this kid is, how bright the future really is for him. He, regardless of, the stat line SGA has put up, this kid is still making a case. Like I said, I think this thing is going to go all the way down to the last game as far as making a decision. I'm accustomed to seeing guys kind of take their foot off the gas towards this point in the year, especially when you already have your playoff spot. You want to make sure guys are healthy, fresh for this playoff run. But, I mean, the way this MVP race is going, it's going to go all the way down to the last game. And Wemby said, hey, I'm still alive, I'm still here, and I'm going to make you guys notice me all the way to the end of this season. So credit to him.
I respect
That's crazy. You respect it, Lou? What do you got, Chandler?
It's a damn shame that SGA had 47 last night and did what he did, right? I think we would have opened up.
Chandler, didn't I tell y'all yesterday? He's very much aware of what's going on.
He's hearing it.
Yeah.
He's hearing it.
He's aware.
You think, so listen, there's no denying what Wemby can do. And I think when we see someone his size do what he does, like he just literally jabbed, made the defender turn around the other way and hit a step back and had the defender completely lost at 7'6" from 35 feet from the rim. Like, and that's not even what he does best. You know what's really scary about Wemby is he only plays 29 minutes a game. Like, if they could somehow get this guy up to 34, 35 minutes a game, I don't know if that's ever going to happen just on his body type and his youth and how they're going to try and preserve him and, not overwork him. But he doesn't play that many minutes either. His stints and rotations are a little interesting, the way that he's kind of in and out of the game. If you can get his minutes up, can you imagine the impact? And then maybe his offensive numbers would even be as gaudy as these other guys. He could be up closer to that 28, 29, 30 points a game. So I think there's still so much growth with Wemby on the offensive end, just adding to his game and his body and playing more minutes. We know defensively no one can touch him. He can win Defensive Player of the Year the next 5 years in his sleep. That should matter when it comes to voting. It's just a tough task right now when you have SGA and the Thunder kind of like a little bit ahead of them always and a little bit better than them, and they are the champions. And so it's like he's got to get over that Thunder hump, I think, to fully get like that MVP and that respect and status of the best player on the best team. Because right now, that's SGA and the Thunder. And yeah, the Spurs have had some success with them regular season, but they're still like the little brother to the Thunder until they knock them off in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I feel like Wemby's going to have a bunch of these at some point. If it's not this year, that's fine.
Hell yeah. That's how it feels. Most definitely. And listen, and even if he doesn't get this one this year, which I don't, I think it's SGA's, but we said it at the beginning of the season. The MVP award is SGA's to lose. It's for him to give it to somebody else. He hasn't done anything to put anybody in that position. He's kept himself in a driver's seat of that conversation. There's been no fall-offs. There's been no inconsistencies. At most, there's been some games missed because of injury. And soon as he comes back, he's right back in a position of putting teams, putting them on a back burner. So if Wemby's case is to go get the number one seed, which I would be a respectable thing. If he can go out and get that number one seed and top those guys at the top of the hill on the West, I might have a different opinion on this, but I don't think he's going to have that opportunity. You look at games like last night when it looks like Detroit is going to be a favorite and they're going to pull off an upset. SGA just locks in and he puts a team on his back and he makes the right plays, whether he's scoring it or giving it to a Williams in the corner for a key three. He's going to make the right plays to keep himself and his team in the position possible. So Wemby is doing everything under the sun to be a part of this conversation. And I love it and I respect it. I just don't think SGA is allowing him to get in that driver's seat just yet.
Yeah. No, there's only like 6-7 games left, which is they're going to be great. By the way, there was some conversation over the weekend talking about minutes. I don't know why my brain never even thought of it this way, but we're so hung up on this idea of the minimum games needed to be played in order to get all these accolades at 65. But the fact that he plays fewer minutes than some of the guys that are real close, if not already ineligible for some of these. Why aren't we taking into consideration minutes versus games played? Like, is there a world in which that would make more sense? You don't think?
No.
Well,
I think at this point, it's getting so petty when it comes to these awards. Like, it's like we're trying to dissect every little thing as far as who can receive award, who can't, who deserves what, who doesn't. Like, I'll be glad when the minimum amount of games is removed. Like, it's guys that have had.
And then the minutes gonna go up, Boogie.
Say that again.
If they get rid of the games, I think the minutes go up. I think that's why we having this conversation. I think you got to play a minimum of minutes now.
But why?
If your team's done what they needed to do,
why?
Don't fight me. I'm just telling you what I think.
We're gonna fight you, Lou.
Why do I have to go out there and like why? Like why do we keep nitpicking like every situation as far as what's going into the game? If these guys are playing at a high level, their teams are winning at a high level, they deserve the right to be able to sit guys. Like, that's the luxury of being a better team or a winning team. You gain that luxury. So to continue to nitpick things as far as who deserves and who doesn't, I think this is unnecessary. I really do. I think it's unnecessary.
This is interesting.
It's
I got something to get on the Beatles skin.
Part of the advantage, guys, is when you have that early 20-1 record in the beginning, is that you can coast a little bit. You can manage your minutes. You can manage your vets and get your young guys more opportunity and minutes than you weren't able to early on until you develop that cushion and that kind of that different spread in the ranking. So I agree. Load management, sitting, fans not being able to see their best players the one time they go to Orlando if they're a Western Conference team. I get it. That's why this rule was implemented. But now you're almost taking advantage. You're taking away the advantage of the good teams that have got, this gaps in between the standings. And now they're forced to play more minutes or more games just because there's this rule implemented by who? Like, who determined 65? Like who determined you have to play this amount of minutes in a certain situation? Like, it's all just kind of weird. And I do think Wemby, just with his body type, and what he's kind of gone through this year, he's going to play less minutes than a 6'4" guard. Like that's just naturally with his build, that's going to happen until he gets older. So I think he's at a disadvantage in that case regardless, but it's just the 65 game thing is stupid and it doesn't make sense. And it's again, I think it's going to end up costing people more injuries, hunting those games and because forcing them to have to play this many minutes and this many games because they want to qualify for the awards. Like there's no real right answer with it, I don't think.
How this is how I know we would all suck at office jobs, because we all believe that if I get my work done by Wednesday, I'm taking off Thursday, Friday. Like, that's where we all are. And Chad can stay Thursday, Friday because he didn't do any of his work. Like, that's what 100%. This is. And I hate it. I actually hate it. Dang it. You guys convinced me. Can we talk about the Hawks for a second? Because, again, this part of the year, this is turning into one heck of a final stretch. They beat